Actually, Francis, last year, 2016, when Gary Sanchez, the Yankees unicorn catcher, got called up and hit 20 home runs and 42 RBIs in 50 games roughly, there was this haunting feeling that sets in if you're not a Yankee fan. It's just you look at that and you go, they're gonna be really, really good again. Yeah. It's the same, by the way, as the Lakers. Like after enough time, like the Lakers are at one point, they're gonna be really good again, and soon, and it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm a Mets fan. That's why it's terrible. But as to why, the Yankees have put together in a really, really quick turn of events. Like they signed Starlin Castro, I think 2 years ago, or at least it was ahead of last season, and he's still on the younger side of his career, and he's starting to play some of his best baseball, and that was a risky signing because we weren't sure they weren't sure what they were going to get out of him. And then of course you have the miraculous rise of the Honorable Aaron Judge, who's a rookie this season and hits baseballs harder than well, maybe not harder, but farther than I've at least seen since like Andres Galarraga. Those who remember the third deck at the Kingdome or the fourth deck at the Kingdome, 1996. Ridiculous. You're not supposed to hit baseballs that far. Mark McGwire versus the Oakland Athletics, 541 feet. Aaron Judge hit one recently, 495 feet. I don't think it came down yet. And then the day before that, this was this weekend, on Saturday, he hit a home run that came off the bat 121 miles per hour. He was out of the stadium in like 2.5 seconds.
That's pretty fast.
He leads the American League in most categories, home runs. He just fell behind Nelson Cruz for RBIs, and he also leads in batting average. The Yankees, alongside the fact that Michael Pineda is pitching his best, Masahiro Tanaka somehow has salvaged what we thought might have been a downward spiral in his career at the end of last season, has come right back up. And CC Sabathia is finding ways to win baseball games for the first time in 5 years. Big thing in baseball is average fastball velocity. If you're a pitcher, a starting pitcher, and you rely on your fastball, if you're throwing at 99, 98 miles an hour for most of your career, and then that starts to drop, get hit more.
Yeah.
People see this, there's less movement, there's less cut, there's less speed. And now he's just found a way. He decided, I guess, this year, maybe I should adjust my pitching.
Yeah.
And it's starting to work. And look, don't get me wrong, he's like a 4.1 earned run average at this point in the season, but it's still a lot better than it's been for the last 3-4 years of baseball. I have elements, I think. I don't know. They're quick. Francis loves when I talk about baseball. He gets so excited about baseball.
Did I tell you the great, really quick off-the-cuff story?
Yes.
I told Jesus this, and he cannot stop laughing. So you know, I've got a Dodgers hat, and I like it. I'm the typical LA person that doesn't actually go to a Dodgers game and just wears the LA hat because it's a cool hat. And I was walking into Whole Foods. Yep, shopping Whole Foods sometimes. It was right there.
You're just
bad person. I just went from bad to worse. But this will make you hate me even more. And I walked on the way in. And like, there's one of the guys coming out the back, he's lifting a crate and he goes, "Oh, some game the other night, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, I couldn't believe we came back. And I was like, I mean, I had no clue what he was talking about. He was just like, "So you're gonna go to the next game?" And I was like, "I'll be there.
Be there tomorrow."
Oh man, I just knew it had to happen to me. And all while my missus has walked the front and she's just nearly wetting herself laughing because she just knows that any other sport, man, I can hold down a conversation. But baseball, I just fall short. The guy is asking me all these questions, man.
Francis, do you remember what's this movie is from? I can't even remember why the Yankees always win. Because everyone's always staring at them damn pinstripes. That's why. But look, they've put together a good team. I think that they're actually following in a way, and not exactly by like how they built their roster, but in general, how like the Cubs trend. Cubbies go to the NLCS, get swept by the Mets. Fuck yeah. In 2015, they just weren't ready just yet. They were going to be, and the next year they came in and they won the World Series.
Yeah.
This year, I think the Yankees are going to head to the ALCS. I know it's an early prediction. Edwin thinks I'm insane for making any prediction before the All-Star break, but that's why he's not on the panel today.
So tell me again really quick and categorize, why is there not a rivalry between the Mets and the Yankees?
There is a rivalry between the Mets and the Yankees. It's just when one side is always a bajillion times better than the other side.
It becomes more
disheartening.
it's
not really a rivalry. It's more like hey, they happen to play in New York too. Isn't that cool?
So who's the Mets rivals? The Red Sox?
No, the Phillies.
Phillies?
And it's the Phillies, man. Phillies. You can bleep out the F word there, but God, man, they're the worst.
The Negladelphias?
They're the worst. the worst. Think about some of the people who come from Philly in our office. Just the worst people.
Do we have people from Philly? It's like Tim
Frisch.
Frisch. He's the only one that comes.
Put him a picture of Tim Frisch. He deserves to be thrown under the bus. He is a great.
Is he a Phillies fan?
Yeah, and he's a really good person too. He doesn't deserve any hate at all. But everyone gets theirs. So yes, the Yankees in general, just more numbers that are important to the Yankees. They're like 6th in fielding percentage, which means they can actually play defense in baseball, which the Royals they won a World Series playing defense in baseball, which is ridiculous. They are 2nd in team ERA. God, why? They're 1st in runs, they're 1st in home runs, they're 2nd in batting average. Like, they're hitting everything. They also play in a Little League ballpark.
Is this their first return to greatness since the A-Rod days?
Well, the A-Rod days only ended last year, but I have 2 more graphics. Those will show you just how damn good the Yankees were, and it crushes me. All those red, you see that, Francis? Those are when they won the World Series.
Oh.
And so the 2 greens are just when they happened to lose the World Series. They went to 6 in 8 years.
Nah, that's not bad.
The Diamondbacks prevented the back-to-back-to-back. But look who made the World Series in 2000, Francis. They beat the New York Mets.
Oh, it was a Mets
World Series.
That must have been fun.
Yes, not when you lose. Derek Jeter won All-Star Game, World Series MVP that year too. And then the second half of this graphic, which is way more fun to look at if you're not a Yankees fan, besides the one World Series title in 2007, there it is, 2004, lost ALCS to the Boston Red Sox 4-3. They were up 3-0.
Oh, so they won a World Series in 2009, and against the
Yes.
Phillies, that must have been an extra, or did they not like the Phillies? Is it just the Mets and not like the Phillies?
The Mets just don't like the Phillies, but the Phillies won the year before that, if I'm correct. 2008 with Doc Holliday and Cliff Lee, and God, that team was good too, but they're terrible people. But see, even the Yankees being bad, even them being bad meant getting to the American League Championship Series.
Yeah.
Like bad Yankees, we got swept by the Tigers. That's bullshit. This is bad Yankees baseball. Is their worst? Like, oh man, it's been so tough being a Yankee fan for the last 5 years. We lost in the wild card and we lost in the ALCS. I just watched the Mets lose year after 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 year, and then we make like the playoffs, and then that's a year after year after year. I'm gonna lose my mind.
You're a really troubled sports fan.
All right, comment and all that good stuff. It's on Pluto. There's other shows that you can watch, but we're obviously the best one. And you can go to youtube.com/TYT Sports and subscribe and all that stuff and watch all these clips a couple days earlier than Pluto, but you didn't hear me say that here.